What we're going to be looking at today is how to make UV resin jewelry that you can sell or give away as gifts or have as a side hustle. Now, I would recommend to start with a few products, and I'm going to go through those products now with you, and then I'm going to go through how to make them and how to get the best results. Now, the first thing I would say to get if you're going to make UV resin jewelry and that you're going to start to sell it is bezels. Now, I've got a whole little pot here. Every time I see a good bezel, I buy it. Now, these are rings, and these are so easy to make. They come with a little indent in them, and they are absolutely, without a doubt, one of my best sellers. So I'm going to quickly show you how to do that in this video. Also, you can get bezels like this that are like stained windows, and I'm going to show you how to do one of those. Flowery ones that are also like stained windows, and they come out absolutely beautiful. I'll do one of those. Bracelets, little rings that you can do really cheaply that are adjustable. I will link everything in the description as well, so you can get hold of it if you want to get hold of it and start out. Set up your own little website or go on Etsy or do craft fairs or whatever you want to do to try and make some extra money. You get these bracelets, which are always very popular. Now, regarding UV resin, I would suggest you purchase this trio bundle, which is by J Diction. Now, I never used to like UV resin until I discovered J Diction's UV resin, and that's how I got onto all their other resins, because I love it. But this trio bundle is great value because you get a medium, a high viscosity, so nice and thick, and a low viscosity, which is a thinner resin. All three of those will last you a nice long time and give you great results. They cure up absolutely beautiful. The other thing I would say is coloured UV resin. It is really, really handy if you're doing things like flowers and things like that, and you just want to give something a consistent colour. So if you're doing two of these and turning them into earrings, then you can give it a consistent colour. You can get lots of different colours as well that you can put into UV resin. The other great thing about UV resin is you don't have to wait 24 hours or 48 hours for it to cure. It cures in minutes, and all you need is a good quality, and I emphasize good quality, UV lamp. Now, the J Diction one is lovely and large, and it works really, really well. But remember, a UV lamp will only last you for so long until the actual light in it starts to stop producing UV light. So if you find after 6 or 7 months that your resin's not curing anymore, it's not the resin, it's the frequency of your light. So change your light. The other thing is, I use this wide damming tape, which is really, really useful when you're making open back bezels like this, because you can fit them on really well and so easily. And you want things to be easy, simple to use, to ensure that you can get them done quickly, get them done in bulk if you need to, and then get them out for sale. So when you're using a damming tape like this to stop your resin going or just running out the bottom, it's important that you put your pieces on and actually push them down really, really well. I'm going to do that one as well. So I've cut off a bit more than I need there. All I'm going to do is go across that like that, take it off and stick it back on my roll, and I'll use that for something else. And now what I will do is I will turn this over on my silicone mat and just go round all these edges to make sure that that's stuck down completely. I will get some leaks, I normally always do, but I'm not too worried about that. And if I do, I'll quickly show you how to clean them up anyway. And then once you've got that over like that, I then go around with a brush or a pencil like this to ensure that I've got that fully adhered everywhere. Just taking that little bit of extra time when you're using damming tape like this saves you so much time. Now, for things like this that are shaped like this, what I do is I push them into a piece of Oasis foam. Now, I've used this one a lot, as you can tell. I put it in there until I'm happy that it's level. Then I can work on that. This one I will play around with until I've got that level. I'm happy with that. The ring I will just pop in there like that. And these ones, because you've got the loop that goes over the back, so they're not flat, so it's not going to lay flat on your thing, it's going to tilt like that. I pop that in there like that, and then it's nice and flat and I can continue working on it. Now, the rings I do using a completely different method, which is so easy to use, and I'll show you that in a second. Now, with UV resin, always wear gloves. It's really important to take care of your hands. Wear a mask or work in a well-ventilated area. That's also important. Now, I'm going to quickly show you the coloured resin. I love these coloured resins. Don't work out in the sun either, because the sun will cure your resin. So I want the inside of this little flower to be this blue colour. I'm going to just pour a little bit of UV resin there on my silicone mat. Take out a little micro brush, and you get hundreds of these for next to nothing. And I'm scooping a little bit up, filling those little tiny details with this UV resin. It doesn't take long. You can do this fairly quickly. Now, you could cure that up as you're going along, or you could wait like I'm going to and then just cure it all up at the end. So now we've got the blue in there. What I'm also going to put in the middle of that one is a tiny dot of the black UV resin. For the petals, I'm going to be using the yellow. Now, I'm going to cure that up now. And all you need to do is put your UV lamp over it and decide whether you want to cure it up for 60 seconds or whether you want to cure it up for 180, which is 3 minutes. Now, I'm going to do that for 3 minutes, and now it comes out at 3 minutes, and it will just do a countdown. So now that one's done, what I'm going to do is the heart, and I want to do something a little bit different with the heart. So I'm going to use the low viscosity resin here that comes with the little trio bundle, and I'm going to put some of that in first. Now, you can leave that a few seconds, and if you think you've got bubbles in it, go over it with a long neck lighter. But I actually don't mind the bubbles in UV resin. Now I'm going to cure that up, and the reason I'm using the low viscosity is because I want it to lay really flat rather than be actually domed or slightly domed. Now, I'm only going to cure that up for 60 seconds. I just want to say a massive thank you while that's curing up to everyone that got me a coffee last month. People like you really, really make me laugh, and I love the little messages you give me, and I can't tell you how much it supports me and my channel. I'm currently saving for a lathe to do different resin projects with, and a router on a table to do other upcycling stuff. So thank you. Names are on my coffee board. So now that's had 1 minute to cure up. That won't be solid, but it will be a little bit cured. And what I've got here is some nail art sequins. And the reason I've cured this up a little bit is these sequins will stick to this really, really well. Anywhere under the sequin is already nearly cured. And I will just pop these in wherever I want them. I'm not putting them all in the same, so they're all uniform and up the right way, because I want them to feel as if it's a bit higgledy-piggledy, like that. And they're going to stick nicely to that while I put the next layer on. Now what I'm going to do is take a little bit of this absolutely micro fine glitter to give it a tiny bit of a sparkle, because I do love a sparkle. Like you don't already know that if in my videos. There we go. Give that a bit of a blow just to get any excess off. And now I'm going to swap over to the high viscosity resin, because I want now to have a dome in it. So I want it to finish off with a nice dome. And all I'm going to do is go around the outside like this, because I don't want it to overfill and fall over. But because this is a nice high viscosity, it should stay where it is, and gently just fill that in until I'm happy with the dome on that. Yeah, I'm happy with that. Again, we can go over it with a long neck lighter and burst any bubbles. And then we can cure that one up as well. But this time I'll cure it up for 180 seconds. So that's that one finished now. And I have a lot of nail art things as well that I can use in here. Now for this next one, I'm going to show you how easy it is to use a sticker. And for this one, I'm going to be using the white coloured resin to start with, just to put a little layer in there. And then I'm going to again cure that up for 60 seconds. Now that's cured up for 60 seconds, what I've got is some of these little butterfly stickers. I love these. Again, these are very, very popular items. You don't have to have butterfly stickers, you could have whatever you like, and if you've got a cricket, you could make your own stickers, you can put tattoos in there, whatever you wish. And what I'm going to do is pop my sticker on that partially cured resin. It's firm enough to put that down on, but I'm also going to add some little nail art gems in there as well. So I'm going to pop some little gems around as well, and these are the little nail art gems, and these are of flowers. So all I need to do is pop them on there like that, wherever I want those. Maybe on all the corners. And then again, what I'm going to use is the high viscosity resin. Pop that over the top of the gem first, keep it in place, and then go around the edges again and fill that up. quickly burst any bubbles that have come up, and then cure that one up. Now, if I wanted to cure these all up in one go, I could, because that absolutely covers that. But by curing them up as I'm going, if I spill anything on these, it will just wipe off. But often I do just cure it all up in one go. But I am messy. And I'll cure that up now for 180 seconds. So that one's all cured up, and we can move on to the next one. This one, all I'm going to do is fill these up with a different colour going round each piece. Now, the middle bit I'm going to do white, because I quite like that in white. And then I'm going to go round and just put different colours in these. But before I cure it up, I'm going to do one more thing to it. And I'll show you that once I'm ready to cure it up. You've got to push it in. Use one of these little micro brushes. Again, I'll list them in the bottom and push that into the corners. So far, we've had no leaks, so it's sealed really well. Sometimes I have leaks, sometimes I don't. It depends how much effort I put into sealing it. The other thing is, I'm not sure if I've said this already, but all UV resins aren't created equal. I tried a lot over the years, and I have to say, these ones are my favourite. I didn't used to like them before this, and now I use them a lot, all the time. Quick way of making jewellery. Massive thank you to all my members whose names are coming up now. If you'd like to become part of the members group, which is an amazing group of like-minded and supportive people, then the link for that is in the description below. We have a great time. We have a community that we help each other in and give advice and ask for advice. It's such a great community. And there's lots of members-only videos as well. So now I've got that on there, what I'm going to do is dip my little micro brush into the white that's in the middle and just swirl some throughout all the colours I've got. Now, you don't have to do this part. I just like it. I think it gives a little bit more interest to what's going on here. And now I'm going to take a little bit of this really fine glitter again, sprinkle that over the top, let that soak in a little bit. Yeah, I'm happy with that. And now I'm going to cure that one up again for 180 seconds. And again, this is an optional step, so you don't have to do this, but I'm going to go over this now it's cured up with thicker resin, which is the high viscosity one, and dome that all the way up. Personally, I think that finishes that one off lovely. And then cure that up again. And for this last one, what I'm going to do is, again, this is one of my, I love all of them. I keep saying it's my favourite one, but they're all my favourites. I love doing them all. I'm going to put a thin layer of black in here, cure that up again for 60 seconds. And now using the low viscosity one this time, I'm going to put some more resin in there, clear resin. Get rid of any bubbles if any bubbles have gone up. Now for this one, I'm going to be using these little kind of rock-shaped things to give it some texture. And again, this is nail art. It's just nail art. So before that cures up, I'm just going to drop some of these in random colours to give it texture. I really want that one, but the little lighter don't want to come out. I have got a special thing for this, but I never remember where it is and I never use it. I don't know why. Now I've got those in there like that. All I need to do is cure that up for 180 seconds, and I'm not going to dome that. I like it the way it is. And when you're happy they're all nicely cured up the front, all I do is I turn it over like that and cure up from the back for 180 seconds the whole lot. And that way you can be ensured that you've got a really good even cure all the way through and no sticky bit. Because that's what some of the cheaper UV resins do, and actually some of the more expensive UV resins. They never really cure and they always end up having a slightly sticky feel to them. And that's why I never liked them before, but these, the J Diction ones, I have to say, I've never found that sticky residue afterwards. So they're all cured now and they're ready to come off. Now, I would suggest that you pull your backing paper or your damming tape off slowly, and that way you are guaranteed really to not leave any residue on the back of them or from the damming tape. Look at that. How beautiful is that? So easy to make and yet a great profit maker. The other thing is you can dome the back with your thicker resin, but I don't tend to bother to do that with pendants because I don't feel it needs that. So that's those all done, and you could make, I mean, if I wasn't making this for the video, I would have probably made 30 of these at least in the time it's taken me to do this for the video. So look how pretty they are. Lovely. So let's put those to one side and I'll quickly show you how to make the ring. Now you need your light ready for this as well. Now I'm making this ring for me, I'm not making this one to sell. I always end up selling them and not using them and wanting them, but I want this for myself. All I've got here is a piece of wooden dowel, and I've built that up with some sellotape or some sticky tape until I can push that ring on there like that until it's held there. Okay, and then what I'm going to do is get myself a little pot. If you haven't got a little pot, then do this on your mat. That should be fine. Now, you don't need too much resin for this. That's probably more than enough. And I've got some black resin in there, and I'm also going to put some black glitter in there as well. Give that a mix in so it's all nice and sparkly. Okay, and then take your ring mount like this and start to put this in. Now, this black is quite a high viscosity black, as are all the colors, which is quite useful when you're doing something like this. All I'm going to do is, now I'm not very neat at doing this, as you can see, because I have a bit of a tremor and it does tend to go all over the place. But that doesn't matter because we can clean that up again before we cure this up. Keep twisting this round because you don't want this running off. And once I've got it in there, I'll spread that out. But I'm going to try and clean up these stainless steel edges first by just running my thumb and my glove around that like that. Now, I'm going to twist that slowly and allow that to fill in more evenly throughout. And I'm also going to, in case there's any bubbles in this, I'm going to burst any bubbles by going round it like this as well. And that heat from that lighter will also help soften that resin down a little bit and allow it to get into a much more even spacing. Yeah, I'm quite happy with that. And I'm going to carry on twisting that. And now I'm turning my lamp on. As you can see, my lamp's now on. And what I'm going to do is hold that under there and twist that slowly like this until that 180 seconds is finished. If you've got a mug turner with a ring setting on it or something like that, you can use that. I have, but to be honest, I couldn't be bothered to get it out. If I was making a lot of rings, then I probably would, because I wouldn't want to be sitting here like this doing that. But then also, I'd probably have 3 or 4 rings on the same stick as well. Now that's had its 3 minutes, all I'm going to do is, again, because I like sparkly things, I'm just taking a bit of this glitter. I know it's got glitter in it already. I'm going to put onto the ring. And then using the medium thickness of UV resin here, I want to get that out so it's flowing nicely. I'm now going to put a little line of that all the way around. Again, go over that with my long neck lighter. Clean up any edges that need to be cleaned up. Yeah, I'm happy with that. And then just cure it again. So that's all lovely and cured now. And as I said, this is going to be for me, this one. I can just take it off there. And that's the finger I'm going to be wearing it on. And look how beautiful that is. I love making rings. And as I said, they're really cheap to make, but they sell really, really well. And you can take custom orders for them for different colours as well. And for this last set, I'm going to show you a really simple method to use. So I've got 2 bottles here of different colours. You'll see them in a second. And all I'm going to be doing is filling those up like that. So this is something I would either sell as a set or I would sell them individually as well. And then all I do, once I've got those in there, is I take my little brush here and use the end of it. You can leave it like this. It's very pretty. But I like to wisp in colours like that. Again, just go over it with my long neck lighter. And then cure them up for 180 seconds. And there we go. They're all finished now. And I think you'll agree. They look awesome. I've put black cord on them. And I always put the black kind of fake leather cord on them. But if people want other colours, I always have other colours. And that's an option I give them as well. Because these come in a bundle of about 50 variety of colours. You get a bundle of these, which has got 50 in. So I think they have come out absolutely beautiful. Look how much shine there is on them. Lovely amount of dome on them. Look at that heart. Well, it's so well domed. And really easy to make. I also turned that one into a keyring because I thought that would look nice as a keyring. And you'll make at least 300 or 400% profit on these once you start to sell them. And here's the little set. That little bangle there. The pendant there. That bracelet. And the ring, and also the ring that I made using the black resin. I love the way that's come out. I mean, look how pretty that swirl is, and how shiny it is as well. And the lights in my studio really do reflect off that well. I hope you've enjoyed that beginner's guide to UV resin jewellery making. You can also make earrings. You can make so much. But the world is your oyster with making things from UV resin. Use your imagination and let it go wild. I will link everything that I've used in the description below, including these cords, the UV resin trio bundle, the 8 colours, and the bezels. If you want to learn more about UV resin and all sorts of other projects that you can do with this, then check out the playlist that I've got coming up next on the screen now, because that's a whole playlist of UV resin. Boot that like button, hit that subscribe button, and most of all, enjoy your resin. Take care. Bye.